So I'm Hannah. I live in East London at the moment, but I was born in South London, so I've kind of grown up in the city. The best work experience I've ever had is definitely teaching in my studio. Well, not my studio, the studio that I teach yoga in. It's just like you go to work and you're hanging out with your friends and you're with your community of like-minded people, and you are still working because you're still earning money, but you're doing something that you love. I had always been into fitness, I guess, so going to the gym, running, doing yoga, but it was more of a fitness, approaching it from a fitness perspective, so not as a way of life. And about 2 years ago, I went through like a big change period in my life where I kind of reassessed and reevaluated what was important to me, and like the way I wanted to live my life, the way I wanted to manage my health and my mind, and made a lot of changes in my lifestyle. So I started going to yoga more, and for me, when I step into the studio, it's just automatic calm. So you leave everything on the outside world, and your studio is like your haven, like your safe space. And all the people around you are like-minded, and you have your teacher, and it's just like feels very safe. So you step onto your mat, and then you have 60 minutes of just you, like you. It's like being free for, not for the first time, but you don't have to worry about anything that's happened in your day. You don't need to worry about what's going to happen in the future. You just are with yourself for 60 minutes, 75 minutes, moving, breathing. And it's just a break. It's a break from life, basically. And it sets you up for the rest of the day, week, month, year, whatever, to be a more calm, more collected, and more observant person. So I started practicing more and more. And then I decided I wanted to do my training at Stretch. And did my training. I started it in May of this year. And it takes around 3 months to complete. So it's a week in Spain, which is amazing. And then you come back and then you do 6 consecutive weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the teacher training as an experience was incredible. So again, you walk into the space of like 27 strangers that you've never ever met, and it's super, super scary. And then within 5 days, you're all like completely best friends and loving life. And the teacher training experience it's very informative. You learn how to teach safely, creatively, but then you also learn a lot about yourself, and it's a space where you can kind of open up and lay things down that you potentially wouldn't speak to other people about. And then you also learn a lot about the philosophy side, and they're kind of like ways you can live your life and the way you treat other people, and it gives you more of a substance to just getting up, going to work, coming home, having a drink, having dinner, going to bed. As soon as I started doing yoga and doing my teacher training, it gave me more of a purpose and something to look forward to. So I was doing yoga, did my teacher training, and whilst I was finishing my teacher training, I was really thinking, actually, you know what, this is something that I kind of potentially more want to do over my job. Mm-hmm. Like the lifestyle that you get through being a teacher is really difficult, it's really competitive, but it also gives you so much more gratification. I worked really, really hard on my training. As in anything you do, you have to put the work in. Like, yoga's not easy, it's really hard. You have to learn all about the anatomy, about the philosophy, how to teach the poses, how to sequence. It's like basically going back to uni. And you have to put the work in. And I had 2 incredible teachers, Carl and Callie, who I love. And they basically guide you down this path in order for you to graduate and be able to teach straight away. So you can literally step out of the training and go and teach. So you can teach anywhere. Teach in a studio, teach your friends, community classes, charities, corporate, schools, anything. And I was really lucky that Carl, who is the owner of Stretch and also my senior teacher, kind of invited me into his community and said, look, I really want you to kind of start teaching at Stretch. So I started covering initially, and I was just putting the work in, and then he has given me a couple of my own classes now, which is amazing. So right now I am teaching three or four times a week at Stretch, and then doing a couple of corporates. And you're just like forever student as well, you're constantly learning. And that's the most amazing thing, is that when you're freelance, you can get a bit stuck sometimes when you don't have anything to do. But for me, because I have yoga in this whole part of my life, I can spend days like reading books, looking at YouTube videos, like exploring it further. So it's just a really lovely thing to have on the side, and you can make it into a career as well. Physically, it allows you to relax. It increases flexibility and strength, which is, I guess, the reason why people go to yoga, but it also allows you to move in a way that you wouldn't normally move. So doing movements that enable you to go about your day in a more efficient way. So things like squatting down, bending from side to side, it's all movement that, although it doesn't seem like it's doing anything transformative at the time, after you definitely feel the difference. And you walk taller, you sit better, you feel stronger, you wake up in the morning feeling good, and you look forward to going back again and again and again. And then you'll have these moments where you'll go through 60 minutes and you'll snap out at the end and be like, oh my God, what just happened? That was incredible. So I think it affects everyone in different ways. Yoga can also be a form of fitness, and that's fine. If someone wants to approach it from that perspective, there's a lot of classes out there that you can go to, and it is great for like metabolic system and your nervous system and all of that. So physically, it will just make you feel better, and it makes me feel more alive, more energy. It allowed me actually to, as I said, sit better at work. So I would find myself having loads of backache and all of that kind of thing. Like if you can get up halfway through your day and do a bit of like forward folding or stretching, it just makes you feel physically better. Yeah.